No. I don't think so.
That was 15 years ago.
Was it been that long?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Get ready to say, how long's it been?
Yeah.
Maybe 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
You
ready
know,
to say
he's
that.
an elite guy in Houston.
It all blends
Yeah.
together.
All right, we got
Then he went to Buffalo.
We got to do NBA. The Miami Heat, and I was trying to find our picks earlier. I've got them somewhere around here. But anyway, Miami Heat and Warriors have locked in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I think most of everyone had the Warriors, if I remember correctly, going this far.
Yeah.
I don't know if we did or not, but I think we were about half and half maybe on Miami, depending on matchups. I think the East, most of us were depending on whatever matchups and whoever we like. So Miami's in, and Golden State's in after Golden State won last night. Boston wins last night at home. The Golden State thing, I was talking to a friend the other night, and this leads into the Boston thing as well. And then one thing that I hate, can't figure out, can't stand about NBA basketball is how can you just change arenas? And someone explained to me how Golden State got beat by 40 with no John Morant.
They take a day off.
But now, don't forget.
How does it make any sense competitively speaking, though? And then the next night they win.
But now,
the next night they win by 14.
Was Morant their leader though? They say he is.
Well, he's their best player.
Yeah, but they're 21-6 without him.
Mm-hmm.
Last night made 21-7. They lost last night, so 21-7 without him.
But Terry, this don't happen in other sports, does it?
Baseball.
Well,
Yeah.
that's because of pitcher.
Right.
But like in the NFL, how often do two teams match up and then they just completely smoke each other by 40 one game and then the next game and everything's the same? Like nobody's changed players.
Yeah.
We haven't done anything. We just switched fields. In this game, we're 40 points better than you. 40. It wasn't like 10. They didn't upset them, Tom.
Well,
they demolished them.
Yeah. Last night's game.
I can't stand it. How do you predict it? How do you talk to fans? Well, we're going to go. They spend all day talking about that game, and the Memphis won by 39.
Yeah.
I don't get it. That's the fixing thing that just drives me crazy.
I mean, Draymond Green got on television and he said, "Hey, it happens. It's going to happen every now and then." I mean, last night Memphis led with 6 minutes and something to go in the game.
But isn't that weird though? But again, we're in the playoffs. We'll spend a day on a not even Durant, or if someone else missed a free throw. Let's say anyone else misses a free throw late in the game. We'll talk about that all day. But then we'll have a 40-point game and then be like, it happens. We just all blow it off. Like, so the one free throw is the most important thing in the history of the world. But getting beat by 40, it's just
one of them things that you don't even look at the film. You go, that's not us, man. We ain't even going to pay attention to whatever happened in that game.
It drives me crazy. It's such a weird sport. And
Did you watch Golden State last night?
No.
What a game. They went on a 23-7 run at the very end. But, to put the game away. But you talking about shooting. Curry, and we can talk about Green. He played well. Thompson was lighting it up. But Draymond, I just want to mention this for Tom. 14 points, 16 rebounds, 8 assists.
15 rebounds. Career high 14 points.
Wow. There you go. Look out, buddy. Now, see, that's how come they pulled away at the end.
Career high 14.
Draymond was
ask him about what Draymond did in the game before when they lost by 40.
That don't mean nothing. Curry didn't do nothing in that game.
That don't mean
neither.
nothing either. He's so
Thompson
selective.
didn't do nothing in that game neither.
Both of y'all do the same things. It's like when he's reading Wentz's stats, he leaves out the bad years to build his case.
And I said 4
because he needs to run for political office because that's what politicians do. They tell you all the good things.
Let me ask you this, Tom. If I ask any person on the street, my point with the Wentz thing was, if I ask any person on the street is Wentz a good quarterback? I would say 75 to 80% of them would say no. And 4 out of 6 years, he has been a good quarterback. And that's the point on the public perception.
If you know football, you'd say, yes, he's good. He hasn't been consistent every year.
Yeah, and he didn't win a Super Bowl. Foles,
he hasn't won a champion. Well, no.
He's got a ring.
That's right. He didn't. But that was the year that Foles won the Super Bowl.
But wasn't he an MVP candidate before he got hurt?
Yeah,
yes, he was.
All right. In the game before, Tom, the one he forgot to mention, Draymond Green, 5 points. 5 turnovers.
Go look at all the other guys.
Lost by 40.
Yeah, go to all the other guys.
Wait, no, I am. The guy he was guarding, the power forward on the other team, had 21 points.
Minus 16.
And Draymond had 5.
Way to go,
we
Draymond.
Skipped those games.
You're a leader.
We skipped those games.
When Curry scores 30, Brunson scores 35.
Draymond.
Okay.
So, all right. So here's some fun stats. Combined in the last game, Chris Paul and Devin Booker, 33 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Luka Doncic, 33 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists. Chris Paul, since turning 37 years old, has made 14 baskets and 18 turnovers. Since turning 37 in this series, I think it was in this series just a couple days ago.
Just wait and see what happens.
14 shots he's made, 18 turnovers. Tom, you mentioned Doc Rivers earlier in his extension.
He did?
Yep.
It's been 10 years since Doc Rivers made it out of the second round. In that time, he's coached Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and James Harden, and has not made it back to a conference finals.
Well, Embiid getting hurt didn't help his cause this time.
No, it does not. And I hate when they hold the stuff like that against them. When these guys get hurt, they're not going to win. It's just not. Yeah. Who's ever got hurt and won? Who's ever had teammates out and won? I mean, it just don't. It don't happen.
Yeah, Philly's got to have Embiid. They got to have him. I mean, you know, Maxey played well for him in some games. Like, I mean, you could have a guy like that step it up a little bit, but you got to have Embiid. You got to have him.
I mean, it's cute.
You got to have
win a game or two. But
you got to have him.
So, we'll start out west with our semi predictions here.
Yeah. Well, think about what's getting ready to happen. If Boston wins tomorrow, there's
said
no
we were going
Giannis.
to start off west.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, if Boston wins
well,
tomorrow.
I'm just saying, there's no Giannis, there's no Embiid, there's no Joker, there's no big man.
There's not.
They're all gone.
Aren't those the top three, though, MVP vote getters?
Yeah, they were.
Who's a big man for
Isn't that weird, though, in today's game? That's what we talk about. There's no centers, and pretty much the top three vote getters were.
But they could all be out of it by tomorrow.
Go ahead, Thompson.
Who's the big man for the Suns?
DeAndre Ayton.
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 Yeah.
He's pretty good.
He's not one a guy that somebody's going to pick today.
Right, yeah. You're right. You're right.
He's not somebody's going to what?
That you'd pick today. You nobody even think about him.
His number one overall pick, wasn't he?
Well, I know, but he wouldn't be a guy. I mean, everybody will know. I take Embiid. I'll take Giannis. I'll take Joker. I mean, they all come in front of him.
Well, that's 100% true. He's a good serviceable center.
He is.
He's the middle of the road center. He's not Patrick Ewing, but he's not. I mean, Ewing, I always had like third or fourth there in that row of center. He's probably more fifth or sixth, I would say. But yeah, he's not.
I actually watched a little bit of one of those games, and Luka didn't cry as much as he usually does. He was like some slight whining instead of just all out.
Did you see him and Paul? That they're back and forth at the free throw line. Paul accused him of flopping, and Luka, they got him on tape saying, "I learned everything from you."
Luka does flop.
Luka
does flop. You know, Chris Paul might smack you in the man parts, but Luka flops.
Yeah, Smart tried to get a charge on Giannis last night, and he flopped. They didn't give it to him neither. Giannis slammed it. But
yeah. Well, it's just flopping is just so. Can't stand it. Soccer's the worst.
Well, you're right about that. Tomorrow we got 2 game 7s. We'll try to get back to what I was about to say. Terry, we'll go with whatever you want to go with, I guess. Milwaukee and Boston. Is it at Boston?
It's
in
at
Boston on ABC. So if I'm not watching a race, I might be able to watch this.
Be scary here because the road teams have won 4 times. So
it's not making any difference in that, is it?
No. And plus, I mean, I look at this series. This series should be over. Boston has gave Milwaukee 2 games. The game that they had a chance when they was up 105-99, and if Smart hits that 3, the game's over. He misses, but Milwaukee comes down, hits 2 threes to tie it plus win the game. And then the last game before this one, a Boston win was there, and they blew up at the end, and Milwaukee took that one. So, I mean, this series should have already been over. But Boston's let them hang around. So, here we go to Game 7.
So, y'all were down 3-2, and you're saying y'all should have already won it.
Yeah, it should have been over.
The math.
I'm telling
Terry's fuzzy math.
I think these are very, very good matched up teams. We talked about this earlier. The Celtics' strength is always they've got the best wing play in the NBA. They got 2 wings that are NBA All-Star quality wings, and that's been the key to winning basketball pretty much since Jordan and Shaq's been gone. And the best wings have almost won every championship in the past 20-some years for the most part, other than not named Steph Curry. So you guys are real deep there. The only problem is that Milwaukee's wing is a giant.
Yeah.
He's a lot stronger.
He's
bigger and stronger than your wing.
And that's what you're going to see tomorrow. I hope Boston can get him in foul trouble. He had 4 fouls last night. Should have had 5. They took Smart's charge. But it didn't happen. But, you know, he's just a bully. I mean, we talk about Embiid being a big guy and a bully. Giannis is a bully. Giannis will drive to the middle and run over you.
Giannis to me is if Barkley and Robinson had a baby.
You know.
I like always doing that if the 2 guys were mixed together. But he plays with he takes it to the rack. He's got Dave Robinson's body. I mean, they look just alike. But he takes it and he plays like Barkley as far as I'm going to take it to the lane. If I have to kick it out, if I will. If not, I'm going to lay it in. He does his footwork well. He's got good footwork. And him being 7 foot helps out a ton. With that, it's tough to deal with him.
Problem I have with them, but Milwaukee is Allen. Every time Allen out there, it's like every Boston player that's playing him takes him to the hole.
Who? Grayson Allen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's a shame.
Like, okay, give it to me. I got Allen.
Well, Tom, who you got in Game 7 tomorrow? Boston and Milwaukee. Did you have Milwaukee in the finals?
I did not. I had Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. Zach had Milwaukee in the finals.
I did not have Milwaukee. I had Milwaukee.
You had
beating Boston
in the finals, didn't you originally? So you after original pick, you still.
I just think it's hard for Boston. It depends on how Giannis plays. I mean, heck, he had 44 last night. If it wasn't for Tatum's 46,
yeah.
I mean,
I think that, this series and the next series is going to be kind of a toss up. They both might go 7. Whoever wins this next one.
I don't think, and this is me. I don't care who wins between Milwaukee or Boston. I don't think neither one of them can beat Miami.
I think whoever wins this one,
I think
whoever wins this one will beat Miami.
Well,
I think this is whoever wins this is going to the finals.
Miami has so many weapons. Even off their bench, they got weapons.
I get it. I don't think they can deal with Giannis. And I think you guys with your 2 wings, Jimmy Butler's not consistent enough for me.
He just plays when they tell him to.
Right. Sometimes he gets 30, next time he gets 10, and then sometimes he's talking to girls in the stands.
Who
knows what Jimmy's doing?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I believe either one of these
They
is
told me
out.
to go play tonight. I said, okay, I got 45.
So, all right, out west, Suns and Mavericks are now in Game 7. Someplace I don't think any of us ever thought we would be. Luka he missed in the first series, didn't he? He missed games. Or did he miss in this one too?
Missed the first couple in this one, did he not?
Yeah, did he miss the first 2? They won the first one game without him. So they're sitting here in Game 7 now. And Terry, whether or not you think, let's say Phoenix is a better team, do you ever want to go up against the other team who probably has the best scorer and a puncher's chance? It's a puncher's chance, right? It's like Dominique in the playoffs. And you don't want him in Game 7, probably. You want to deal with him in the first 5 or 6 games, but Game 7? Oh, my God, now we got to deal with this.
Yeah, here's the difference, though. Just watch. Paul will show up tomorrow, and he'll take them to where they need to be. He'll beat Dallas. Just wait down the stretch in the fourth quarter when points are needed. Chris Paul will take over.
I got to stay with Phoenix. That's who I picked, even though I'm worried about them in this game.
Chris Paul has lost 6 series up 0-2.
I know.
I mean, up 2-0. Not 1 or 2. He's lost a half a dozen up 2-0. Here's some quick numbers. Phoenix won the first one by 7. Phoenix won the second one by 20. Dallas won the third one with Brunson as the leading scorer by 9. Dallas won the second one by 10. Phoenix by 30. Dallas by 20. So back-to-back Game 5, Phoenix by 30, Terry. And then the next game, Dallas by 27.
I know. How does that happen?
A 60-point swing. That's what's so frustrating about this sport. Like Boston, Milwaukee, that's how basketball should play. Every game is who's going to win. We don't know who's going to win. And then these 2 jackwagons, 20-point game. That's the closest has been 9. 9 points has been the closest game in this series.
Makes it hard to gamble.
Yeah, and just like you said a minute ago, when you talk about Golden State, and all of a sudden they is down by 55 points in that game. You know, when you look at that, how in the world can Curry, Thompson, Poole, and all them be down by 55 points in a game?
Did you think they had a chance still?
Well, it would not have surprised
Steph Curry
me.
and Klay Thompson
That's
over
what
there.
I'm saying. Yeah, would have not surprised me.
If they had a good forward that could, help out scoring like Scottie Pippen instead of Draymond, they might
Yeah.
come back
And
from 55.
then I'm with you because you sit on the backside and you think, who in the world does Memphis have to be up by that?
That's what I'm saying.
Without Morant.
It's stupid. It's stupid. It makes no sense whatsoever. All right, I think that's it. Let me make sure if I got any other funny tweets. I don't think the basketball was the one, only thing I really had this week. Other than that, I don't think I do, guys.
Yeah, I want to mention one thing today. If anybody ain't got anything to do, the 14U opening day is at West Lincoln Optimist today, and it started at 9 o'clock. There'll be 9, 11, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 o'clock tonight.
You talk about regular games or tournament?
This is like a kickoff tournament.
Oh, okay. Went to the zoo last week after my daughter's dance thing on Sunday. Had fun down there in Columbia. Saw some gorillas up close. The giraffes. They got to pet the giraffes. The rhinos. I probably saw the best grizzly bear we've ever seen. He was trying to drown a tire. The tire wouldn't go under the water carrier. He was not happy with that. That tire got a punishment from the grizzly.
He probably fought that thing the rest of the
He
day.
did. He was pissed. All right, we'll be back next Saturday with JP, Zach, Terry, Tommy Moore. We'll be talking Western and Eastern Conference Finals, more Major League Baseball, and more on KTCBroadcasting.com.
All right. I guess there's no playoff baseball.
Family owned and